Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. It is nearly August, and I thought I would share with you some August new releases that are on my radar that I want to read. The way I'm going to set this up is first, I'm going to give the go by date that they are released, and then I'm going to tell you the title and the author, the part of the description that grabbed my attention, and then the reasons why this book is on my radar. So let's jump right in with the first Tuesday in August, August 6th. And the book that jumped out to me from this was The 13th Husband by Greer Macallister. When Amy is 10 years old, as the night dips into the witching hour, the woman in white appears to her. Minutes later, Amy's father is dead, and Amy inherits a fortune. But the woman in white never really leaves Amy, appearing as a sinister specter before every tragedy in her life. Despite Amy's wealth, her cross continental travels, and her increasingly shocking progression through husbands, Amy is haunted by the unidentifiable woman's mysterious motivations. So a few things that drew this one out is this is based on real women in history. Also, just being the woman in white, being a character drew to me due to my enjoyment of Supernatural, um, the TV series. So, this is the August 6th, The 13th Husband by Greer Macallister. For August 13th, there are several releases, and I kind of had to prioritize these, or I'm going to have to prioritize these because I don't think purchasing 4 books in 1 week, 5 books, 4 or 5 books in 1 week would be a good use of my TBR. The first one is Worst in Show by Anna E. Collins. Aspiring fashion designer Cora Lewis should have known better. Entering her grandpa's extremely adorable and totally unruly pups in a dog show? What was she thinking? Oh, right. Her grandpa is injured. His beloved pet shop is losing the fight against the upscale dog boutique across the street, and his business and home are on the line. She needs that prize money to save the day, and the only way to win is to train with her strongest adversary, then she'll suck it up and ask for help. Rival store owner Leo Salinger is everything Cora is not: successful, wealthy, and overly ambitious. She would never guess that he is also the kind and witty pen pal she met on a local message board. But somewhere between teaching pups to heel, fetch, and stay, Cora and Leo are finding a little competition can ignite a serious attraction. Can they stop this sexy spark before all her dreams go to the dogs? This one has a super cute cover, so for me, this was an obvious. They just drew my eye. It also has those You Got Mail vibes that I enjoyed with watching that movie. Up next, I have The Breakup Pact by Emma Lord. June and Levi were best friends as teenagers until they were not. Now, June is struggling to make rent on her beachside tea shop. Levi is living a New York cliche as a disillusioned hedge fund manager and failed novelist, and they've barely spoken in years. But after they both experience public, humiliating breakups with their exes that spread like wildfire across TikTok, they accidentally make some juicy gossip of their own. A photo of them together has the internet convinced they're a couple. With so many people rooting for them, they decide to put aside their rocky past and make a pact to fuel the fire. Pretending to date will help June's shop get back in its feet and make Levi's ex realize she made a mistake. All they have to do is convince the world they're in love, one swoon worthy photo op at a time. This one does have the fake dating trope and, of course, that cute beach read cover. With it being August and us getting ready to start school up, I am definitely all for sneaking in as many beach reads as I can before school starts. Haunted Ever After by Jen DeLuca is our next one. Small Florida coastal towns often find themselves scrambling for the tourism dollars that the Orlando theme parks leave behind. And within the town limits of Boneyard Key, the residents decided long ago to lean into its ghostliness. Nick Royer, owner of the Hollowed Grounds coffee shop, embraces the ghost tourism that keeps the local economy afloat, as well as his spectral roommate. At least he doesn't have to run air conditioning, which we all know in Florida is important. Cassie Rutherford possibly overreacted to her friends getting married and having kids by leaving Orlando and buying a flipped historic cottage in Boneyard Key. Though there's something unusual with her new home, her laptop won't charge in any of the outlets, and the poetry magnets on her fridge definitely didn't read wrong and my house when she put them up. She's charmed by the colorful history surrounding her, and she's catching a certain vibe from a grumpy coffee shop owner whenever he slips her a free slice of banana bread along with her coffee order. As Nick takes her on a ghost tour, sharing town gossip that tourists don't get to hear, and they spend nights side by side looking into the former owners of her haunted cottage, their connection solidifies into something very real and enticing. But Cassie's worried she's in too deep with this whole haunted home ownership thing, and Nick's afraid to get too close in case Cassie gets scared away for good. This one does give me those grumpy sunshine vibes, and of course, because I live in Charleston, the ghost walks that are going to appear in this book are definitely something that I am interested in finding more about. This is one that I am planning on purchasing during the month of August. Like I said earlier, not all the books am I going to purchase during August, but this one is definitely one. Another book that I definitely want to purchase in August is Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. The lady knows the stories, how her eyes induce madness in men. The lady knows she will be wed to the Scottish brute who does not leave his warrior ways behind when he comes to the marriage bed. The lady knows his hostile, suspicious court will be a game of strategy, requiring all her wiles and hidden witchcraft to survive. But the lady does not know her husband has occult secrets of his own. She does not know that prophecy girds him like an armor. He does not She does not know that her magic is greater and more dangerous, and that it will threaten the order of the world. She does not know this yet, but she soon will. This is not a Shakespearean retelling of Lady Macbeth, but it is supposed to kind of give us a more rounded image of Lady Macbeth. I am reading Macbeth with my Lit students this year. And so I thought this would be a fun one to kind of help me to enjoy the book a little more. And like I said, this one is definitely one I want to purchase in August. Moving to August 20th, we have The Volcano Daughters by Gina Maria Barbera. I probably have totally slaughtered her last name, and I apologize. This book takes place in El Salvador, 1923. Garcia grows up on a volcano in a community of indigenous women, indentured to coffee plantations owned by the country's wealthiest, until a messenger from the capital comes to claim at 9 years old that she's been chosen to be an oracle for the rising dictator, a sinister, violent man wedded to the occult. She'll help foresee the future of this country. In the capital, she meets Consuelo, the sister she's never known, stolen away from their home before Garcia was born. The two are a small fortress within the dictator's regime, but they're no match for El Gran Pendejo's cruelty. Years pass and terror rises as the economy flatlines, and Garcia comes to understand the horrific vision that she's unwittingly helped shape, just as genocide strikes the community that raised her. She and Consuelo barely escape, each believing the other to be dead. They run, crossing the globe, reinventing their lives, and ultimately reconnecting at the least likely moment. This one I did get a NetGalley copy, and so will be reading before August 20th. So please keep an eye out for that video to find out my thoughts on this book. This one was a cover pick for me. It is a historical fiction, kind of a historical fantasy during the rule of El Salvador's dictator El Gran Pendejo. And it looks like not only is there occult magic, but also some ghosts in this one. My Salty Mary by Brody Ashton, Cynthia Hand, and Jody Meadows. Don't call this mermaid little. Call her captain unless you want to walk the plank. Mary is in love with the so-called Prince of Charlestown, except he doesn't love her back, which is inconvenient. Since she's a mermaid, being broken-hearted means she'll, poof, turn into sea foam. But instead, Mary finds herself pulled out to the sea and up onto a pirate ship. To survive, she joins them, but Mary isn't willing just to sing the yo-ho-hos. She wants the pirate's life, all of it. And she's ready to make a splash by becoming captain. But when Blackbeard dies suddenly, Mary has a chance to become so much more. Pirate King or Queen. She won't let anyone stop her. Not Blackbeard's cute son. Not her best friend from back under the sea, who's having a bit too much fun with his new legs. And certainly not everyone who says she can't be a pirate just because she's a girl. She may not be the best man for the job, but she'll definitely prove she's worth her salt. This is a Little Mermaid meets the pirate Mary Read. I have read all of the other Lady Janie and Mary books and have had a good time, but these are YA, and I'm finding that I'm kind of aging out of a lot of the out of enjoying a lot of the YA books, and so I think I'm going to check this one out from the library instead of purchasing it. Another title that's coming out on August 20th is By Any Other Name by Jodi Picoult. Young playwright Melina Green has just written a new work inspired by the life of her Elizabethan ancestor, Amelia Bassano. But seeing it performed is unlikely in a theater world where the playing field isn't level for women. As Melina wonders if she dares risk failure again, her best friend takes the decision out of her hands and submits the play to a festival under a male pseudonym. In 1581, young Amelia Bassano is ward of English aristocrats. Her lessons on language, history, and writing have endowed her with a sharp wit and a gift for storytelling. But like most women in her day, she is allowed no voice of her own. Forced to become a mistress to the Lord Chamberlain, who oversees all theatre productions in England, Amelia sees firsthand how the world of playwrights can move an audience. She begins to form a plan to secretly bring a play of her own to the stage by paying an actor named William Shakespeare to front her work. This is a Shakespeare adjacent tale, and just the title and the author both caught my attention, so I had to give it a try. And this one also is dual timelines, which I really have enjoyed in the past. And ending the month, we have August 27th release of Magical Meet Cute by Jean Meltzer. Faye Kaplan used to be engaged. She also used to have a successful legal practice, but she much prefers her new life as a potter in Woodstock, New York. The only thing missing is the perfect guy. Not that she needs one, she is definitely happy alone. That is, until she finds her town papered with anti Semitic flyers after yet another failed singles event at the synagogue. Desperate for comfort, Faye drunkenly turns to the only thing guaranteed to soothe her: pottery. A golem protector is just what her town needs, and adding all the little details to make him her ideal man can't hurt, right? When a seriously hot stranger mysteriously turns up the next day, Greg seems too good to be true, if you ignore the fact that Faye hit him with her bike and that he subsequently lost his memory. But otherwise, the man checks every single box, causing Faye to wonder if Greg's sudden and spicy appearance might be anything but a coincidence. This one really gave me beach read vibes, along with the possibility of a golem. I definitely am going to pre-order this. Ghosts, golems, magic, beach reads. Publishers really know how to end the summer with a bang. So there you have it, my list of August new releases that I am excited to read. If you know of any others that maybe seem like you think I might enjoy, leave them below in the comments and I will be excited to check them out. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.